What's up everybody, Brett here, and we're back playing some more Battle Brothers with the Beast and Exploration DLC. And today is going to be day 160, and we're picking up where we left off last time. It's dusk. And you know what, we're not quite picking up where we left off last time, because last time we were in the midst of a contract, and I went ahead and did it off camera, guys. I think we were up here somewhere, up here. And it was just to clear out some raiders. They had a leader. I killed them. They didn't drop any spectacular loot. We sold. We came down. We took a fight around here. Here. Okay. We took a fight down here at this battle site. And it was just more raiders, more nothing. And I decided to come down here to Suitfest, to this big city, and see if we could maybe make our fortunes doing something else. They gave us a really good quest, kind of the type of contract I don't normally say no to. Because what it allows me to do is multitask. I can come down here and take out these garrisons and make us some crowns while making us crowns. So they want us to go on a little quick patrol, no big deal. And when we get back, well, we might take one fight now, do the patrol, and then that way if we take a lot of damage, we get some injuries, we'll have time in between to heal and then do another fight. Because there's probably something else down here or off to the right. I see here these little like sandbars. That usually means there's land here. So in this big like mist area, there might be another like little subcontinent or something. We got a few levels, nothing really big, levels on these guys. And there was an event that I was really kicking myself that I didn't get to show y'all. I think it was between Lance and Aracel. So it had to do with the fact that Aracel is a butcher and Lance is a flagellant. I think it was Lance. We have multiple flagellants. It may have been Ragnar. But anyway, it was a really cool, unique event that I wish I had gotten on camera. But it was essentially Aracel showing one of the flagellants how to hurt himself better. And it was super interesting. But what it resulted in was that he became euphoric from taking pleasure in someone else's pain, which is ridiculous. And then one of these guys got like +4 to their melee stats, and I think it was probably Ragnar. He's up to 60. Who else is a flagellant? It's really good to know your guys' backgrounds, because you'll get lots of cool events like that. So we only have 2. It was either Lance or Ragnar, and it seems to me like it was probably Ragnar, which is a bit of a waste. Hopefully that same thing happens to Lance. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that to you guys, something that did happen off camera. Just a minute ago, actually. And okay. So when I got down to Suitfest, something very important. I checked the city. I wanted to see if there were any kind of, legendary loot that we could buy in the armor. Maybe some great prices. They're having a bit of a rebuilding effort. There was a lot of great price tools. I think the tools were about 200 or so. And we bought them. We bought them as much as we could. We also stocked up on ammo because their ammo is only 134, which is a decent price. And you'll see here our provisions, we're good for 10 days, which is huge. The price on that war dog is way too expensive. But yeah, so we picked up a lot of good stuff. We sold a lot of junk. And we're sitting pretty in terms of cash. But the most important thing, the thing that I saw that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention, are our 2 main options right now. So this is what we can do, and this is what I'm thinking. I could spend almost all of our crowns right now or very soon, and I could put someone else on our front line in a full helm, which is the type of helmet that honestly, once you buy this, you don't need any more helmets for whatever character you stick that on. And then I could also buy a coat of scales, which is not quite the best armor in the game in terms of the things you can buy, but it is very good. It's just that the prices right now are not excellent, as I know from looking at my experience with some of the other armor prices, the more common ones. So I would expect to pay about 9k for this, and that's about where I would be happy. So we could buy both of these. I mean, this is like a full-on sick armor helmet combo for one of our brothers, right? And it would be an excellent upgrade. I think we still have someone in the front line that's 280. I mean, Yaku's still wearing a 230, and so is Burnfried. And I would love to get them some better helmets and better armor. That armor would go great on Hondo, probably. Yeah, Hondo has better fatigue. So anyway, guys, that's one option. That's option 1. So it's permanent upgrades that probably won't go anywhere for a long, long time, maybe even for the rest of the playthrough. So that's worth considering, right? And then our second option is to grab this dude right here. Gunnar. He's a hedge knight. So we can look here at his background. Hedge knights are competitive individuals that excel in fighting man against man with brute strength and heavy armor, but less so in cooperating with others or in swiftness. So they make excellent tanks. I mean, what it comes down to, they're perfect two-handers. There are charts out there you can look at that show you what they come like predisposed to have in terms of stats and stars. But let's go ahead and read his bio too. Some men are born to be feared. Well over 6 feet tall, Gunnar's stature alone is a threatening one. When he cleaved 5 men with one swing, 3 of which were on his side, the hedge knight was banned from service in every army in the land. Always on the hunt for more crowns, the company of sellswords seemed like a good fit. So I don't know how often the bios are indicative of negative or positive traits, but he's huge, right? So he could have the huge trait. He also sounds like he may be greedy or some other type of negative trait, right? And he's also very expensive. We could take advantage of... We haven't ever used this ability. The tryout fee. We may want to see how that works, because this is such a heavy investment. The sad thing is that if we pay this and then we decide to buy him, we're out even more crowns. Whereas we could just buy him and hope that he's good. I kind of think that's what I'm going to do. He's a hedge knight. The odds of him being terrible are pretty low. So let's... God, it's such a huge investment. It's like this... I don't know exactly what information this is going to show me. But what I was thinking, guys, was maybe getting Gunnar. And that's not what I meant to do. And then coming into here and maybe saving up enough to get this full helm as well. I like those two options a lot. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to hire Gunnar. He comes with some decent gear. I mean, this axe is okay. His armor we're going to want to replace sooner rather than later. And his helmet is not really top tier. But let's hire him. It's our first big, excellent character. And time for the big reveal. What do you got? Oh, and his stars are weak. And he's a pessimist. So his stats are going to be good, but these stars are awful. God, he's so expensive. Okay. Okay. And we're going to change his name as well at some point. But let's see what kind of rolls we get. He's got very low resolve. Take a 2 roll in melee skill and a 3 roll in melee defense. And he's going to need fatigue if he's going to start in some good armor. And we'll take student as his first perk. And as his next perk, perhaps Colossus. He starts with a lot of health. Steel Brow would also be excellent. Let's take Colossus there. And that's a nice 4 roll. Certainly want to take a 3 in melee skill. It's nice that he has a 3 in melee defense as well. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, guys. His stats are somewhat weak. These stars are very weak. And because he's a pessimist, instead of getting some kind of good perk, or not perk rather, good like trait, we now have kind of a gap to fill in terms of his morale. So at the moment he's a bit of a liability for us, in all honesty. But we have good gear that we can put on him to make him a bit better. Can maybe do something like that. His armor is actually somewhat decent. I like the great axe, but he may need to be a shield bro while he's still little, and then he can grow into a two-handed bro. And you always need to like make sure you're switching out your armor and stuff like that. His fatigue is going to take a nosedive. Yeah, and there it goes. And that's why we were pumping it. And then when we come back to him, to Gunner, we want to make sure he has that necklace. That'll help his resolve a little bit. Is that 5 points? 4 points. Okay, it's not a huge boost, but it's something. Anything else? We can give him a dagger. And I could have sworn we had a net. So guys, I'm not super stoked on our first bro purchase. Let's give him some bandages. He's just way too expensive, and it's kind of turning out that he may not be super awesome. Yeah, and this is also a bad weapon for him. He needs to have high initiative. This is not a weapon that goes on a heavily armed bro. Do we have... I mean, we could just take the noble sword. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. That's a good weapon. It's just his fatigue is pitiful, and we're going to have to make sure we're leveling him appropriately. We could switch out some helmets. Yeah, I think that's fine. And now Burnfree looks like an absolute terror. Alright, it's all good. Let's just give him a weapon to make sure we don't accidentally like switch him out one day and like take him into battle with no weapon. So now we're sitting at about 5k. That's enough to buy the full helm and then be a little bit broke. Two-handed flail would be sweet. And I know there's someone who's waiting in the queue for a name. Let me see, make sure I can get it and we can spell it right. I think he had a request in terms of what type of character he wanted him to be. So let me be sure. I want to make sure if you wanted a certain character, I want to make sure you get your own special character. And the Hedge Knight, okay, he wanted a javelin bro. That could be interesting. I just don't know if the Hedge Knight is the correct brother to use javelins. Let's see, I know there's a mastery for, here we go, throwing mastery. Skills build up 25% less fatigue. Damage is increased by 40% when attacking at 2 tiles of a distance. Okay. So I think if we're going to do that, one of the things that you can do is like start the battle with the javelins out already. And then switch to the noble sword. And I think if we're going to want to have him do that, he's going to need quick hands so that he can switch. What quick hands allows him to do, swapping items in battles becomes a free action with no action point cost once every turn. So we'll still want him to be a shield bro, and he'll be strong, but he'll be almost like a Roman legionnaire, and I think that's a good choice. Let's give him a name. Yeah, the request here was for the name Verandox. That's a cool name. And for now, we'll just call him Verandox Hedge Knight. That way I can remember exactly who it is, and I'll be able to reference that. If you have a name, if Verandox, you're watching right now and you have a title suggestion, feel free to give that to me and we'll switch him up. No worries. And to help out his fatigue, honestly, we might want to do that. His fatigue is so bad, I think he just needs to have the slightly worse armor for now. Okay. Just making a little optimization here. We want to keep our new bros safe. And I think that's fine. That's enough armor for him for now. We could make it a little bit better, 12 as opposed to 15. Yeah, let's just... And we'll give him the cool red one so he stands out. I know who he is. Okay. He's a little bit squishier, but still very cool. Alright. I'm wondering if javelins take advantage of range skill. I think they do. Maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't actually say either under the range skill tab or under the javelins whether or not it's affected by their range skill. But anyway, okay. I think that's it. I think we're good. We have a couple injuries. A little bit of health lost. But I think we're fine. That was enough talking for me, guys. Hopefully you kind of enjoyed the actual like micromanaging of characters, because that's what we did. There's also a Fletcher in there and a chance for us to buy our last warbow, which is certainly an option. But it's very expensive. The prices there are very poor. So we're going to wait till dawn, and then we're going to move in. I don't think anyone has recovered. No, a little bit. We've gained some health back. Yeah, okay. Let's go in there. Tomb of the Forefathers. Almost certainly an undead fight. Yes. 20 undead. That's quite a few. We already see here a fallen hero. And 2 fallen heroes. Okay, 2 fallen heroes and a Geist. So I would expect there also to be a Necromancer. Yep, there he is. Take a nice little aim shot. And hold on to our crossbow shots. We'll just pass. And with these Geists, I think we've seen in the past that the Geist can cause a lot of trouble for us. In terms of, lowering our morale. Lowering our resolve, rather. Forcing our lone wolves to run. Lone wolves do have good morale, or good resolve. But if enough Geists are screaming at them, it can really disrupt you. And we're going to step forward and take some of this high ground. And we're probably going to step back with some of our archers and take the high ground there as well. Ooh, that's a lot. That's 4 fallen heroes, I think. 1, 2, 3. So 3 at the moment. That's a fighting axe. That's a good weapon. And they're wearing helmets that we would kind of like to get. Step up here. We'll take a big shot. Yeah, that was a terrible. I don't know why I shot there, guys. Wasn't thinking. But now we can spear wall. Step up. Spear wall. Oh, 2 throws and we missed both of them. That was anticlimactic. I was hoping to show you guys the value of a javelin, but we missed 2 40% chance shots. So that felt kind of bad. This is a bit of a tough fight for Varandox's first battle. Look at all those attacks. That possession effect is so strong. Okay. Dude ate a lot of shots for us. Alright, giving ourselves some high ground. We're increasing our range. We just need to make sure that we can actually defend from that ground. And when the time comes, we'll probably pull out the banner on Ragnar. Having the high ground with the spear wall feels really good. And we're just taking all the high ground available to us. We're denying it to them. Nice. Good kill. Would love to have these 2 switched. Probably would have been much better. And we have to remember, one of our brothers is currently rocking holy water. Is it Yaku? No. Throw some more javelins. Okay, that did good damage when it hit, but I mean he missed 3 out of the 4. It could be, I need to actually look that up, because if it's based on, you know, your actual throwing skill, your ranged skill rather, then it could be really bad for him. That was nice. Okay, fully expect them to resurrect here. Yeah. And out come the Geist. There's 3 of them that we can see. May not be all of them. Putting a crossbow shot on a fallen hero feels great. Start getting some damage through. And he's one of the bigger threats on the battlefield right now. Focus down the one that's possessed. Give him fewer opportunities to hurt us. Spear wall doing the Lord's work. And we'll just hold our turn until we get an actual chance to do something with it. We don't want to step down from the high ground to engage, you know, a ton of zombies. Perfect. Yeah, come to Hondo. Hondo on the high ground. Pretty happy. Hopefully someone else steps up, giving us some more AoE that we can do. Perfect. We get to attack and spear wall back up. That feels great. And I think at this point we're just going to switch. Call that good. Try and save some of his fatigue. Wow, and the fallen hero wants in on the spear wall. And because our spear bros are spear masters, they're not actually, their spear wall is still up. So if someone tries to jump here or here, they'll still be able to defend from that. God, if we step down, we could crush them. But I think we're just going to pass. We're going to have some very fresh brothers when the time comes. And we should have initiative here, and we should be able to cut him down. Yeah, it's time to take out our banner. Yeah, and if we kill that guy, that frees up Hondo to now move. Alright, let's get that banner out. And we can rally. And bring Varandox back to the light. Alright, that felt good. And getting 2 stacks of Overwhelm on that fallen hero will make him much less of a threat if he tries to engage us. Ooh, and they managed to shank Aracel a little bit. But not too bad. Anytime you use a one-handed weapon with 2 hands, you get that attack bonus. It can make it much more dangerous. Kill him. Perfect. So we started at 20, we're currently down to 15, but the key targets are all still here. Unfortunately, man, and we missed all of our attacks. Still rocking enough fatigue to make the real plays. Okay. Nice. Thing about fallen heroes, guys, the Necromancer can still bring them back. So even like focusing them down as dangerous targets doesn't feel great. But we're going to step up here, because I think we can get, yeah, a big twofer there. Let's just move in here. I think we're going to have initiative. If we can kill these 2, we'll send forward Hondo to try and engage the Necromancer. But, I mean, all 3 Geists are still up. And they're probably content just to sit back here and try and rout us. Ooh. Okay. Well, we're going to have to rally. At least they didn't rout Hondo. We were really counting on him to do something. So let's do... Yeah, let's do a split here. And since we hit that, we can do... What is this called? A round? Just a swing. Wow, we got 2 of them. We'll do another rally. Unfortunately, that did not bring back Varandox. Yeah, it's a good spear wall. Spear wall is going to do a lot of work in protecting him as he attempts to retreat. Do another big swing there with Lance, and he gets multiple kills. Oh man, I took that swing before I rallied. Damn, I should not have done that. But now we can get in here onto these Geist and see if we can't start whittling them down. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. That's going to make it so that if Varandox does want to run, he's going to have the free space to do it without taking a hit. So very important. And we can also get in here with Yaku. We're giving up the high ground. These zombies may revive behind us. But there's a pretty good chance that we will be able to take out these Geists next turn. Yeah, he's going to run, but he might rally. Step forward a little bit. Step forward again. We have a spear wall up, so that's a bit of like a waste, but I think we're going to have initiative, and we may be able to just kill the guy. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them are coming back. Oh no, they routed Yaku. Okay. All hope is not lost, guys. Yeah, there's another fallen hero. Okay. Wasn't imagining it. We're getting the chaff out of the way. If we step up here, we can still rally, and we bring everybody back. Except for Varandox. Maybe if we had stayed here, we could have hit him. I don't know. Let's take the easy shots while we can. Alright, the night goes down. We're going to move up. Bill Hook should be great here. There goes the decapitated zombie. Now, when the zombies are decapitated, they can't come back. But the fallen heroes certainly can. They don't care if they're decapitated. They'll keep fighting. Perfect. One Geist down. And we're closing in on them. Yeah, that's still, I mean, that fallen hero is still certainly a dangerous opponent for us. We need to not take them lightly. God, that felt good. We're just going to step up a little bit. Perfect. And just maybe, we'll be able to take some shots at that Necromancer. Perfect. Alright. So, like, this fallen hero here is wearing an excellent piece of armor. It's like the rusted coat of scales, or not coat of scales, coat of plates maybe. It would almost certainly be an upgrade for someone in our squad. So it would be nice to get that if we could. But I don't know if we're in a great position here to pull out daggers and start attacking him. He's possessed also, so that means he's incredibly, incredibly dangerous. And I would love to get Raymond forward here. he also needs to reload, so we need to be aware of that. We step forward, we can take a shot, and boom! That's all the Geist on the field. So now it's just 2 Fallen Heroes and a Necromancer. We can't quite get back to the Necromancer. Oh, there's also this guy here. Gotta be aware. Not enough fatigue to do everything we want to do. Move up. Start taking some shots. Wow, that was a pretty heavy shot for a warbow. Yeah, we're probably just gonna beat this dude's armor down. I don't know if there's any other option. And our boys are tired. Come on, Varandox, come back. Yeah, but this is a tough fight. I think he's level 3 or so. I mean, for a level 3 character to come into a fight like this, it's definitely a risk to us. It would have been much easier to have a more reliable brother in his position. Because, I mean, he could be up here right now helping us surround this fallen hero. And instead, you know, he's a bit of a liability running away. Ooh, and the fallen hero comes back. Might be easy to just take out. Okay. Reload. We're too tired. Let's step forward. Yeah, we're gonna come here and do that for Edgel. That way Edgel doesn't have to. Dang, missing that feels pretty bad. Alright, still wearing him down. If we push him, we can now step in on the Necromancer. So that was definitely the play there. God, our fatigue is so rough. Step in and put some damage on that dude. Feels great. Yay, Varandox, you came back. I knew you had it in you, buddy. Wish we could step down here. We don't need to switch weapons. We do have quick hands. So if we need that long axe, we can just pull it out. There's a good chance that the Necromancer dies, but our most vulnerable brother right now, honestly, is Lance. He's only rocking 100 armor. Yeah, he took another swing. I actually didn't know he could swing again. It's insane. We took a 23% chance shot. May or may not have been worth it. And we're just going to get Varandox back into the battle. Man, he can't even shoot and move in the same turn. Oh, is it because of this? No. No, it's not. Okay. Big hit there. We crushed the helmet. And let's give this dude someone else to swing at. Applying Overwhelm feels pretty good. Alright, I'll take that. Yeah, it sucks to be destroying all of this armor that we could actually use. But we are in a bit of a precarious situation with some of our brothers. Nice. And with the Necromancer down, no more rallying these guys, no more resurrections. They can resurrect a bit on their own, but he was definitely soaking a lot of our DPS by bringing back those chaff zombies. Alright. And we gave him more choices to swing at besides Lance. This may have been one of our most dangerous undead fights to date. Just the sheer number of fallen heroes, the quality of the enemies we're fighting. We're getting that axe. That axe is quite valuable. And that flail. So at the very least, we're getting paid for this. Ooh, missing there felt kind of terrible. We step down here, we have a clean line of sight. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if he came back. It's kind of just what they do. The helmet goes. And the body's almost going with it. Let's just pass, pass. And we want to leave some people back just in case they resurrect. There we go, we finish it. Any great loot? Oh man, we didn't get like almost anything. We got one of the helmets, a decayed closed flat top with mail. A 230. Probably has really poor fatigue stats. And the fighting axe is a great weapon we can hold on to. And this is of course worth a lot, but for kind of like the effort we just put in there and the kind of the danger, perhaps wasn't the best. Got a level on Raymond. That feels great. Raymond's range skill continues to soar as we improve his resolve as well. We'll take another point in fatigue. He also has dodge, so we could probably just keep pumping his initiative as well. And that was a lot of experience for Varandox. Getting him closer to the next level. We could also consider taking out someone else for Steezy. Get Steezy some of that experience as well. Okay. Seems fine. This is 230 with 19. And this is 230 with 15. Yeah, the stats on that are just so bad. We have better options. Pretty much all of the undead armor is kind of like that. And just for variation's sake, let's give him the fighting axe. And then we can give the noble sword back to Scaredy, who I think is probably a sword master. He is. Alright. And that was almost all the heads we needed for the journey. And I kind of like, let's move down here, see what the shores hold for us. Would honestly be very surprised if there's not another thing out here. And there's some brigand leaders, or a brigand leader in a group. So that'll be a good fight. But for now, let's go and start doing the parameters of the quest, visit these places, and then we can come back here and take that as our fight to finish getting paid. Alright. We could stop by while they're, still daytime. Their prices are pretty terrible. Drink a little bit. It's kind of expensive. Check to make sure they don't have some like random awesome potential brother. I'm so disappointed in that Hedge Knight and his roles. He's going to end up being a very strong character, but I mean, I've picked up Hedge Knights before that had like multiple 3-star roles, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. I was hoping he'd be our first rock star. So a nice easy group here to fight at night also. Would prefer if we weren't being helped, but we could just, I mean, all we need is 5 heads. We're fighting at night, so we're losing some of the versatility of our army, because we do rely pretty heavily on our ranged components for our DPS. But at the end of the day, most of their army is ranged as well. At least the scary parts of it. So So we just need to get in there and melee. Hear all the dogs dying, sadly. Why are they all moving this way? I don't understand. I wanted him to go like through here, and instead now he's kind of like blocking everybody. Yes, go up and around that way. We just need to get vision as soon as possible. We only need 5 kills. Dogs don't count. Alright, there's some of them. They have some dangerous weapons too. I mean, crossbows, long axes. We'd love to get that long axe. It's just a very expensive weapon. Not very expensive, but it is an expensive weapon. Probably sell for a couple hundred. Yeah, that dog was going down for sure. Alright. Trying to keep our shield brothers in front. Hondo still going in the back lines. If we can kill him, we can just walk right through, but we may get stuck on this guy. His zone of control, so to speak. They're moving away from us. They're kind of like routing. Alright, that's one head. Oh, I should have took a shot at this guy. Damn, too late. He's rocking a military cleaver. Anyone almost dead already? No. Wow. Good hits. Not too long ago, this house was our enemy. Kinda wish I could just turn on them and start beating them down. But that's probably wrong. Only 6 of them left. I didn't realize how strong this company was here. They're probably all gonna run. This may not have been super worth. Yeah, they're just gonna peace out. So we're just gonna see what remaining heads we can get. I feel like it just kind of starts you way too far away. Maybe because their battle was technically already joined. So like they were already entwined while we were just trying to play catch up. I don't know if there's even a thing where you can get like... Yeah, that doesn't even really make sense. Because if you're fighting, you know, we're 3 armies fighting at once. There's no real way to engage all at the same time. I just don't think you can do that. So that we all kind of start in our corner, so to speak. So now, honestly, this is just going to like take forever. Yeah, sorry guys. Feel free to fast forward for sure. We're just trying to play catch up with the little local bandits. I would honestly be shocked if we got another kill, because these dudes are all just going to run. And the ones who are already engaged are probably just going to get killed before we can ever get to them and kill them. He's probably our last hope. And this sergeant has just been like brutal, watching him cut down people. We took that shot because we honestly don't care if we hit the kite shield guy, the footman. We nailed him. Great. Alright, that's another head. So we just need 2 more. And we're getting some like decent sellable loot. I mean, everyone that we killed had like weapons and stuff. So let's just end. Alright. Sit back and watch the AI do work. And it's over. Also doesn't feel terrible to try and get some experience on Varandox. And I mean, we got some stuff for that. That wasn't nothing. It's a couple 100 crowns for us. That we basically didn't have to do anything. And now it wants us to move back to Sudfest. And let's cross the mountains here. Could have taken the road. But who knows, there might be something like tucked in here somewhere. It's kind of what I was hoping. That we could take on the way back. And that is not the case. So let's go down here and take this Black Heart's Den. This is definitely going to be an opportunity for us to get some kind of unique weapon or armor. And let's hope it pays out, because I feel like it's been a while since I got one of those naturally without having to pay for it. It's not the same if you pay for it, guys. It doesn't feel the same. Any injuries? Ragnar's a little injured. Minus 35% hit points. That's an awful injury. And it's a serious one, too. Dang. Okay. Honestly, considering pulling him out, I mean, at that amount of hit points, he could get one shot by a crossbow, something like that, which they could certainly have. It would be safer just to put in someone like Steezy in the back lines, or just out here in the front, you know. And I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, that's just it's too scary. Minus 35% hit points is a lot. So we can take advantage of this fight, try and level a bit. Do something like that. Still have a decent little spear wall. Alright, let's take this fight. Wish me luck, guys. It's a fight very similar to the one I tried to avoid showing you guys at the beginning of the episode, which is kind of ironic. But can we see the leader? I don't think so. Is that him? No. Okay. He's probably in the back then. And we'll take shots on this unfortunate guy. He's on the low ground, and he's got no shield. And we're down 1 crossbowman, so the battle could be a little tough. There he is. We don't need anything he has. I mean, he may have a unique weapon that we can't see because he's currently using throwing weapons. But probably not. See if we can't get a kill. Start working on their morale. What's his name? Siege Ward the Outcast. Okay. It's not the loveliest name. God, I don't want to get entangled with that dude. It's like there's no point in having lone wolves if you never like actually use them as lone wolves. You're missing out on so much stats. So his chance to hit here is super low. Dang. It still feels nice to be able to do something with his turn. Hondo's going to go up and around. Hopefully messes up the AI a little bit. Because it's clear they're trying to overload this flank. And they may give us a chance to take some good free shots on their crossbowmen, which would be great. But the odds are they're just going to step up behind cover. Wow, really? From downtown? Hondo's got Lone Wolf active. He's not an easy target. Alright. Well, somehow Edgel appears to be in danger, so we'll use that crossbow to kind of help defend him. Okay, this should be a dead archer here. There you go. Let's take the big swing. Nice. Good shot from Hondo as well. Keep that spear wall up. He's going to have to come in now. And I think we should just switch to the fighting axe. We may still be able to swing even, and we can. Alright. Didn't do anything, but it still felt good. Move down here and shield up. Keep it tight. Keep our archers well defended. Edgel's taking a lot of hits, but I still think the percentage chance of them actually hitting him is so low that we shouldn't really be all that worried about it. The only one I'm worried about is this raider here stepping up. But yeah, we almost certainly we're going to have initiative there over him. Which means I should not be like too overly worried. And, you know, if we start killing all of these guys, we need to be concerned about the leader being able to run away. Wow, nice. Two good accidental hits on the leader. Feels pretty nice. And Edgel actually has great line of sight on that dude if he can hit him. Perfect. Lance is now moving in. If we step up here, we lock them both down, and we also keep one of the archers from shooting. So there's only this guy. He's the only one that can shoot at Edgel. And yeah, he's going to be much more concerned about Hondo coming up. Oh, we lost our heater shield? That sucks. Also, should have been more concerned about triple surrounding this guy, considering he has a swing that can hit multiple people. That could have been a costly mistake. Just putting some overwhelm on that dude feels good. Ooh, and he's going to take the high ground. Nice play from the AI. Hondo does not care for your high ground, sir. Nice. Yeah, we'll move in and lock him down. Tempting there to push him off, but we don't want him to escape. It's kind of the thing. And I think Edgel's work here is done. There is no need whatsoever to risk him. And we'll get a... Ooh, that's actually a little dangerous. Steezy does not have his shield, so the odds of him getting hit here are pretty high. But he will do a lot of damage, so that's something to think about. And that archer is almost certainly just going to run away. Yeah, and he did take a swing at Steezy, so kind of dangerous. But we're getting a great surround, so our odds to hit him are very high. Hondo may be able to just finish this dude off and then step up on the archer. Perfect. Varandoc's getting in the spirit. And there he goes. We're going to get that big cleaver. It's a valuable weapon. Trying to move on to a rock. Run him down. Let's get that satisfaction. We're almost done with today's episode, so let's not end the episode by being merciful to evil men. Just gonna take a second. We want to do this because, God forbid, Hondo misses. And then we have to do this whole thing all over again. So it pays to kind of give him a little extra support. Increase his chance to hit. And down goes the guy. So Varandox, we've already got a level on him. That feels pretty nice. No legendary loot. This is the military cleaver that he was using. It's a great weapon. And we should certainly repair it. We also got the long axe. And enough tools to kind of fix our broken stuff. Just a lot of crowns mostly. So we can come over here and finish off this contract. And we're certainly going to give him Brawny. Almost no matter what, I almost always, that's not what I meant to do, almost always take Brawny. So let's increase his melee skill, fatigue, and he's just getting great rolls in terms of melee defense and melee skill. We do need to bring up his resolve, but he's very close with the necklace to where we need him to be in order to be competent. And this is all fine for right now. Yeah, let's come up here. Turn this in, get paid. We're sitting on a lot of crowns once again. Any new people? An adventurous noble, that is a new person. Guys, this might be the episode of the new peeps. Alright, so adventurous nobles are another top tier background. So hedge knights are up there, sword masters, obviously adventurous nobles, I've said that already. Raiders sell swords. And I think that's it. I think that those are like the toppest tier guys that you can get. So yeah, we're gonna pick him up. He costs significantly less than the other guy, but the other guy I think we were mostly paying for his armor. So it says, as the third in the line of succession, Sir Giselher's life at court had grown stale for him. To the frustration of his mother, he rode out to prove himself and see all the wonders and exotic places of the world. My kind of guy. Let's hire him. Perfect. So that's 2 new guys. And what are his roles? Oh, they're mediocre. Oh, his roles are mediocre. And he's also a pessimist. What the heck? Oh, man. We shelled out big money for two pessimists. It's not... I mean, if you have to have a negative trait, guys, don't get me wrong. Pessimist is not the worst. But... it's not good. It really is not good. Dang. Well, he's also using a winged mace, which is kind of a cool weapon. What do we do with Sir Giselher? So he's got good fatigue. I'll have to think about that. I'm gonna hold off on, you know, going too deep with him until I actually have a plan. He has -4 range defense. -4. What the heck, dude? So, I know Adventurous Nobles can make excellent sergeants. I mean, they usually almost always have great resolve and good melee stats. But -4 range defense, that absolutely sucks. I think those are the rules for now. We at least need to get him like out of the negatives. And we can kind of do that with a kite shield. That'll make up for that a little bit. Stick with the black and white sub-theme. And then as far as his weapon, I don't hate the wing mace. We could give him something else. I think did we just pick up something good? What did we pick up? The cleaver. 12 fatigue versus 10. Well, while his fatigue is a little low, we'll think about it. And we'll find a way to work him into our group. Alright. Yeah, that's some progress for today. These dudes are going to be very expensive. They're going to be a bit of a drain on our economy for now. But they're going to be worth it, because we're going to very soon, start fighting things that will almost guarantee we lose brothers. Green skins, perfect. Let's talk money. Let's go walk out there. See what they have for sale also. Our provisions are quite good. But the prices here are not, because these places hate us. But what are the prices to sell? That's the main thing. What are the prices to sell? They're mediocre. I'd almost rather hold on, but our inventory is so full. This I think we repair. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Oh my god, that was an accident. I was trying to like click repair, but of course you can't do that when you're selling, so that's my fault. Yeah, sorry guys, that was stupid. This will repair also. Probably the long axe as well. Certain things are pretty much always worth repairing. Probably the arming swords too. We managed to pick up tools on the cheap. So the prices we'll get will be very, very competitive. Anything else? We may hold on to that as well because it's so valuable. We can sell some of those trade items. And I think this is fine. But yeah, before we end today's episode, let's go out and try and find that orc encampment. And the stuff here is still the same. Okay, it may have changed. It may change by the time we get back. Where are we supposed to go? We gotta go all the way north. That's why I was wondering why it was a one skull mission, but they were paying us so much. And it's because they factored in the amount of traveling we're gonna have to do. So that kind of sucks. But before I forget, let's start repairing. No, keep hitting the wrong button. It's Alt. And we'll repair that as well. Okay, cool. Alright guys. I think in tomorrow's episode we will try to explore. We accomplished something that I really wanted to do today, which was to pick up some new characters. I thought for sure we'd only get the Hedge Knight. It was a big investment. I mean, the amount of gold that we spent on both of those two guys, we could have bought like some huge legendary armor. And, you know, so we gave up something there, but we had to get out of the fisherman, butcher, you know, kind of loop that we're stuck in, because eventually those guys will die. Even the adventurous nobles, the hedge knights, there's no guarantee that they live. And when we start fighting lindworms and stuff like that, and we lose one or two guys a battle, we're going to really wish we had brothers that were already leveled to take their place. Otherwise, our progression is going to be super slow. We need to be able to cycle them in and out of combat whenever we have injured brothers, and then change up our strategies based on, you know, what their unique skills are. So people are leaving. Yeah, some orc young. Who are these guys? Who ran away? Just lots of young. Alright guys, we're going to call it for today. I think we're going to chase these dudes down and kill them. It's been a long time since I got to fight some orc young. And they're basically raiders. They're basically raiders that are really easy to shoot. So that's what we're going to do. Ragnar still has no hit points. But I think it's safe probably to bring him in over Steezy perhaps, who still doesn't have a shield. Yeah, let's bring him in before we forget. Fix our formation, because knowing me, I'm going to like forget. There we go. I think that's right. I would forget and go into battle with a formation that I don't like, with kind of the wrong characters being used. We'll keep Varandox in the front, and can we take out someone for... We don't want to take out Aerosel, I don't think. Maybe Yaku. Have him in the front here. And Lance, let's be real, Lance is never going to be throwing javelins. We can take that out of his inventory. That was 6 fatigue on him. I mean, it's reduced somewhat, but yeah. No. That's not what we need. That feels pretty cool. And now we have like double javelins in the front lines with kite shields. Pretty strong. Any other little changes I can make while I'm thinking about it? I'd love to give him some items or something like a net. We can give him a potion. You know, why not? That reduces his... Really? The potions reduce fatigue? Okay, maybe we'll just keep the weapon. There's nothing that says we have to do that, but I would like to make sure he has a necklace. Give him the best chance of having great fatigue, or great resolve rather. And we're good. So just shuffling stuff around, making good moves. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. I appreciate every single subscription that I get. Like the video if you did actually enjoy it. And leave some constructive comments down below. I appreciate every little conversation that I have with you guys about strategy and tactics and things. I love hearing how your runs are going if you're playing at home and what you guys do differently, because it inspires me to try different things. I kind of loving this double like bundle of javelins in the front line deal we have going on, and picking up these new guys is going to allow us to do some new things. Also, if you're watching and you want to name Gisselher, feel free. If you're a subscriber and you want to claim our first Adventurous Noble as your own, then please do. And congratulations also to Varandox for finally making it into the game on what I hope is a very powerful character. Once again, man, just let me know what kind of title you would like. So, alright guys, that's a long enough outro. I will see you in the next one. Take care.